Look, firstly, all I can say is, I'm privileged to be having this opportunity. Can you guys all hear me? By the
Yeah,
way.
we can all hear you. No problem. We can all hear you.
Um, I agree with David. One of the things, I'll just step back. Um, my family has been in the networking business for 20 years. But I've always been the odd one, and and David knows the story, and I used to tell them to just get a job. And my brothers actually uses that as the start of their presentation. Mark and JR, and I assume they're already online. Um, and I used to say to them, "What are you guys doing? This is ridiculous." But then it got to the point where, especially now, actually, I was just talking to Mark and trying to figure out where they are, and they were saying that they have to quickly go to the shops because it's now, my understanding, in Philippines, it's declared quarantined now. It's not just lockdown. So for businesses and even jobs, though I feel very blessed that my job is still within the health sector. Like today, I end up, to be honest, David knows about this. I'm not well because well, thankfully with ASEA, I bounced back straight away. I must have caught a bug, and I decided to basically stay home. But that being said, it made me realize how it's some way it's a blessing to have ASEA, because it's having a plan B. It's you can never go wrong. And thankfully, with my brothers who are in Philippines, they have all the marketing knowledge. I'm still new. I'm a user. It took David to inform me about this ASEA, but when he did approach me, to be honest, I've said to him, I've already heard about this. And one of my own personal testimony, quickly, just to let you know, I've heard my pa used to have a hernia. He still probably have to really look into it, but when he's ready. But the last time I saw him, which is 2 years ago roughly, he was very thin. I was very worried for him. And then I've heard about Sad that he's been taking it, and he's basically, from being so thin and basically thinking that we will lose him, thankfully with ASEA, it has really helped him to combat his hernia. So that's the very first testimony in the family. David?
We hear? Go ahead. We still can hear you.
Yes. So do you want me to keep going, or what? So yeah, just
No. Tell your story. Tell us your stories. That's fine. We just want to listen to your stories. Yeah.
So that being said, I was the first. I've heard of ASEA before David told me. Again, the usual. Heard it from my family, but because of how I saw my dad has lost a lot of weight, and I guess it's always like that, isn't it? It's when you don't, unless it hits your loved one. Most of the time, I think by default, human beings are just skeptical. However, it's so true. As soon as you have your own personal testimonies, you've seen it firsthand. It never. All I can say is never really take for granted any personal stories. Explore ASEA. For me, my own personal experiences, I used to have a problem with sleeping, and I noticed that every time I forget ASEA, which because I had David knows this, so I work full time, but at the same time I sing. I have my own corporate band here in Australia. We've been very blessed to be able to travel in Singapore 2 years ago, and everywhere else. We're actually supposed to go to Hawaii. That didn't happen. There has a lot of gigs that has been canceled. My last gig was last week in Crown Palladium in Crown. As some of you would know, Crown is the biggest and the most well-known venue here in Melbourne, or in Southern Hemisphere. The events like I'm trying to remember the name, but awardees like Grammys and all that, majority of them are held in Crown Palladium. So, having a chance to sing there pretty much regularly, I feel blessed. That being said, I've been very busy and most of the time I have problems with sleeping. I do 9 to 5 job, and then on the weekends, most of them, especially on October towards December, I'm always singing over the weekends. So my sleeping pattern has always been interrupted every weekend. Thankfully with Asaya, I've really, it really helped me to go to sleep. I had always noticed that when I was doing my own testing, as soon as I have Asaya the night before, I feel like when I wake up in the morning, depending on how much time I have, but it's still, I feel like I've had enough sleep, like I've had a good quality sleep. And you guys may have known, sleeping is not about the amount of hours that you sleep, it's the amount of, it's the quality of your sleep. And bowel problems, I wasn't regular myself, and I used to take, and I was worried that I even would need to go and see a doctor for colonoscopy at one point. I was looking at that, but then I thought, well, what am I, do I lose? Yes, that's some of the so Junkie Jam is the name of the band.
I'm very surprised because I don't have many friends that you can search your name that comes up that many photo. If you search David, there's gonna be no David he come up. But I'm very surprised how many of your photo comes up.
David, he is very
Lora is a very celebrity person.
Oh, back in the day. But like everything else, and we also have our own celebrity in SA. We have Lauren. How do you pronounce Bivart? Is that right? Oh,
yeah, anyway, let's back to your ASEA story. Sorry to interrupt you.
So that being said, my bowel movement. So I bought. I can't remember one of those. I remember barley wheat, which is basically to help you regulate your bowel movement. And I used to take that to help me. And I used to have problems with, worries that it could be something else, because I have a good friend, or a few of my good friends had irritable bowel syndrome. As you guys know, it's one of our vital organs, or part of the immune system. Our gut is a big deal. You have to have a healthy gut. But yeah, with Asaya, I don't have problems anymore. But one of the things that I quickly learned, that when you're taking Asaya for the first time, you will go through detox.
Yeah.
So, which then I realized that David told me that you will have pimples if you don't drink water, and I don't really drink a lot of water, but that helped me to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you drink water. You need to drink lots of water to get detox through, because our product is only provide a signal. So once they start detoxing, the only thing can help you start flushing all the virus and stuff bad stuff out is the water. H2O. Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
If I could just quickly add, for our friends, or our team in the Philippines, I know JR is listening, and Mark,
yeah, they are online. They are online. Yeah.
Anyone who is wanting to speak further, if I'm David and I are all both reachable, and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can. But if you are somehow not reachable, we also have Mark and JR, who are our leaders there in Philippines, and they'll be more than happy to help you guys.
Yeah, so we had a very, very special time, because the restriction on face-to-face about this coronavirus. I think it is important to keep your team going. And the only thing you can gonna keep your team is we're gonna do regular Zoom training. Zoom training is very important. So we try to out every Monday evening about 6 o'clock. If it's too early, you guys let me know. We can do 7 or whatever. But we need to actually you need to do this consistently in and out every week. This business is about consistency. You can only achieve network marketing business if you have consistency. That means week in, week out, you do exactly the same thing. All right.
Yep.
I'm not capable. I'm not more capable than any of you. But what I did for the past 2 years is I do exactly what I did yesterday. Yesterday I did exactly what I did the year before, the day before. So I do everything the same. I'll get up. I start posting some positive energies in our chat groups, WeChat groups. Then we start doing some Zoom trainings for the mornings, maybe to Europe. Then we start sharing product. I still try to share product to 2 prospects every day. Doesn't matter if successful or not. This morning I was in the Grab with my downlines in KL, which is I actually give the card to this Grab driver. I didn't care if he wants to sign up or not. I just say, hey, we are here. We have a great product. We actually established in KL. We can have an office. If you want to know this product, call me. If you want to come see the grand opening, come in August. So you continuously share with 2 people on your list. Doesn't matter who. It can be a stranger people. It can be your downline. It can be your friends. It doesn't matter. Find 2 people to talk about this product every day. Now, then, that's what I do. Then in the afternoon, I do Zoom training again. That's what I do every day for the past 1.5 years. If you do consistently enough, it's going to generate enough income for you to go to full-time. It's not going to be too much in Philippines. All you need to do is maintaining bronze or maintaining silver. You can go full-time. So we just need to consistently using the product. We need to tell people to drink this product or gel. If they can't afford the product, if they can't afford the water is 1 week, 1 bottle a week. If they can't afford it, we understand the financial is a lot lower in Philippines. If they can't drink the water, use the gel. They have to use the gel. They cannot go out and promote the product. They cannot go out and promote the business without using the product. And they won't go very far. So we give them, we actually support them with the products, everything. Get them to start using them. You can only train them to use the correct product usage. Then they can find out the benefit on the product. Then they can start using this in the long term. Once they have the benefit, they can start sharing with people. I understand in a lot of Asian places, you want to go share products. You want to go share with people straight away. That's fine. That's nothing wrong. You can share with people in 14 days. But when you share with people, you need to make sure it is correct method to share with people, and it's always the product first, then we talk about compensation. If they're using the product right, and the money will come, okay? If you try to go share with a compensation plan, and it's end up people just looking for comp plan, and there's nothing on the product. The product is the core part, and we try to get people. In the other hand, we try to help people start making money as quick as we can. The only way you can actually earn money is to sharing with people. Okay, this is true. But how can you share with people? You can only share with people with product knowledge. If you don't have any product knowledge, you can't really share with people. So we try to work with both legs. Okay, we need to work with both legs. I'm sorry, guys. I'm supposed to be in Manila today, but because of the virus, we canceled the flight because it's lockdown. I'm going back to Australia, and we need to see the situation for the coming 2 months, and I will decide the trip. Hopefully, we have a vaccine very soon for this virus, but meanwhile, we just keep the Zoom. We have a lot of other teams. They are doing a lot of English Zoom trainings. So get them out. Encourage your team people to get on the Zoom to listen what other diamonds talk about it, especially from America, because Philippines are very close to American culture. So encourage them to listen to a lot of American diamonds. You need to listen. The more you listen, the more you will learn. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It's not about how much you learn. It's about how much you listen. Now, if you want to become a diamond, you got to stay close to the diamonds. Then you listen what diamond says. That's how I started. Listen what they said. Now Marky is here, Jay is here, Auntie and Mom is all here. So you just need to listen and transfer this information to your teammate. It's about transfer the information. Okay, you don't want to carry the product to there, and you can, but it's not the ideal way because the company sends the product to their doorstep. You need to transfer the information. We can do information transfer on the Zoom. You can start doing small meetings like what Rwanda had a very good prospect. He's a very, very strong prospect. Just come back from Dubai and meet him. Try meet him. One-on-one meetings. One-on-one meetings are still quite safe because it is not a large crowd meeting. Utilize Facebooks, utilize Zooms, and this is how you're going to get to start. So once the vaccine comes out, once the trouble band's over, we can start doing straight away. There are other teams are building. I know there are other teams building in Philippines. don't get too anxious. Don't look at, we learn from the other team, but we don't get too anxious, because you know why? Because everybody are facing the same thing. If you can't have a big meetings, they can't have a big meeting. If Manila is travel ban, it's for us, it's for them as well. Okay, so we are not exclusive. We try to do this business like horse race. You know horse race, when they block the eyes of the horse, you just look at the goal. The minute you start looking into other teams, other people, what they do, that's where you start losing the momentum. Marky is here. I can see your face. You need to build the momentum. Momentum is very, very important. We built up momentum 2 weeks when one was there. It dropped a little bit. That's fine. As a leader, the only job you do is to keep that momentum up. You got to train. What was her name? Is it Christina? No, not Christina. What was the Valadine or whatever? There, you need to train. Validate. Yes, sorry, Validate, if you're here, but you need to actually get the Validate. You need to train her what we train you, and to get them to start going. So you keep the momentum going on the Zoom. This is very, very important. Okay. So you want to say anything, Maki?